This is the discography for American jazz drummer, pianist and composer Jack DeJohnette. As leader, the DeJohnette Complex. Milestone. 1969. Have You Heard? Milestone. 1970. Jack Keyboard. Absorbed. 1973. Sorcery. Prestige. 1974. Cosmic Chicken. Prestige. 1975. Untitled. ECM. 1976. Pictures. ECM. 1976. New Rags. ECM. 1977. New Directions. ECM. 1978. With John Abercrombie, Lester Bowie and Eddie Gomez. Special Edition. ECM. 1979. With Arthur Blythe and David Murray. New Directions in Europe. ECM. 1980. Tin Can Alley. ECM. 1980. Special Edition with Chico Freeman, John Purcell and Peter Warren. Inflation Blues. ECM. 1982. Special Edition with Bikey de Carroll as guest. Album. ECM. 1984. Special Edition with John Purcell and David Murray. The Jack DeJohnette Piano Album. Landmark. 1985. Zebra. MCA. 1985. Released 1989. Synthesizer solos and duets with Lester Bowie. In Our Style. DIW. 1986. With David Murray. Irresistible Forces. Impulse. MCA. 1987. Special Edition MIT Greg Osby. Gary Thomas. Lonnie Plaxico. Mick Goodrick and Nana Vasconcelos. Audio-Visualscapes. Impulse. MCA. 1988. Special Edition. Parallel Realities. MCA. 1990. Trio with Pat Metheny and Herbie Hancock. Earthwork. Blue Note. 1991. Special Edition. Music for the Fifth World. Manhattan. 1992. With Vernon Reid. John Scofield. Extra Special Edition. Blue Note. 1994. Special Edition plus Bobby McFerrin. Dancing with Nature Spirits. ECM. 1995. Trio with Michael Caine and Steve Gorn. Oneness. ECM. 1997. The Elephant Sleeps But Still Remembers. Golden Beams. 2001. 2006. With Bill Frisell. Music in the Key of Om. Golden Beams. 2005. Solo. Nominated for a 2006 Grammy as Best New Age Album. The Ripple Effect. Hybrids. Golden Beams. 2005. With John Sermon. Ben Sermin. Fode Musa Suzo. Saudages. ECM. 2007. Trio Beyond. John Scofield. Larry Goldings. Peacetime. Golden Beams. 2008. Solo. Grammy 2009 as Best New Age Album. Music We Are. Golden Beams. 2009. With Danilo Perez and John Patitucci. Sound Travels. Golden Beams. Ione. 2012. Made in Chicago. ECM. 2013. 2015. In Movement. ECM. 2016. Return. Nouvelle. 2016. Solo Piano. Vinyl LP. As co-leader. With Gateway. With John Abercrombie and Dave Holland. Gateway. ECM. 1975. Gateway 2. ECM. 1977. Homecoming. ECM. 1994. In the Moment. ECM. 1995. With Keith Jarrett. Ruta and Datia. 1971. With Fode Musa Suzo. Music from the Hearts of the Masters. Golden Beams. 2005. With John Patitucci and Danilo Perez. Music We Are. With DVD. Golden Beams. 2009. With the Super Premium Band. With Kenny Barron and Ron Carter. Sounds of New York. East Wind. 2011. A Sideman. With John Abercrombie. Timeless. ECM. 1974. Night. ECM. 1984. With George Adams. Sound Suggestions. ECM. 1979. With Cannonball Adderley. Lovers. 1975. With Jerry Allen. The Life of a Song. Talark. 2004. With Chet Baker. She Was Too Good to Me. 1974. With Richard Byrock. Elm. ECM. 1979. Trust. 1993. With George Benson. Beyond the Blue Horizon. 1971. Body Talk. 1972. With Joanne Brackeen. Keyed In. Tappan Zee. 1979. Ancient Dynasty. Tappan Zee. 1980. Special Identity. Antilles. 1981. Where Legends Dwell. Ken Music. 1992. With Michael Brecker. Michael Brecker. 1987. Don't Try This at Home. 1988. Tales from the Hudson. 1996. Nearness of You. The Ballad Book. 2001. Pilgrimage. 2007. With Henry Butler. The Village. 1987. Impulse. With Betty Carter. Feed the Fire. Verve. 1994. With Ron Carter. A Song for You. Milestone. 1978. With George Colligan. The Endless Mysteries. Origin. 2013. With Alice Coltrane and Carlos Santana. Illuminations. 1974. With Compost. Compost. 1971. Life is Round. 1973. With Bill Connors. Of Mist and Melting. ECM. 1977. With Chick Corea. Is. 1969. Sundance. 1969. The Sun. 1970. With Miles Davis. Directions. 1968-70. Live in Europe 1969. The Bootleg Series Volume 2. Release 2013. Bitches Brew. 1969. Miles Davis at Fillmore. 1970. Jack Johnson. 1970. Live Evil. 1970. Big Fun. 1970. Black Beauty. Live at the Fillmore West. 1970. It's About That Time. 1970. Circle in the Round. 1970. On the Corner. 1972. Miles at the Fillmore. Miles Davis 1970. The Bootleg Series Volume 3. Columbia Legacy. 2014. Miles Davis at Newport 1955-1975. The Bootleg Series Volume 4. Columbia Legacy. 2015. With Paul Desmond. Skylark. CTI. 1973. With Eliane Elias. Cross Currents. 1987. Eliane Elias Plays Jobim. 1990. Everything I Love. 2000. With Bill Evans. Bill Evans at the Montreux Jazz Festival. 1968. With Antonio Ferro. Thorn. Enya. 2000. Evan. Crystal. 2013. With Joe Farrell. Joe Farrell Quartet. 1970. Moondomes. 1972. With Chico Freeman. The Outside Within. India Navigation. 1978. Freeman and Freeman. 1981. Tradition in Transition. 1982. With Jan Garbarek. Places. 1977. With Stan Getz. The Song Is You. Laser Light. 1969. 1996. With Benny Golson. This Is For You. John. 1983. With Mick Goodrick. In Par. S. Ing. ECM. 1978. With Johnny Hammond. Higher Ground. Kudu. 1973. With Herbie Hancock. Blow Up. 1966. The New Standard. 1996. With Joe Henderson. Tetragon. 1968. Power to the People. 1969. Black is the Color. 1973. Multiple. 1973. Double Rainbow. The music of Antonio Carlos Jobim. 1995. With Dave Holland. Triplicate. ECM. 1988. With Freddie Hubbard. Straight Life. 1970. First Light. 1971. Freddie Hubbard, Stanley Turrentine in Concert Volume 1. 1974. In Concert Volume 2. 1974. Polar AC. 1975. Super Blue. 1978. With D. Jackson. Anthem. 1999. With Keith Jarrett. Standards. Volume 1. ECM. 1983. Standards. Volume 2. ECM. 1983. Changes. ECM. 1983. Standards Live. ECM. 1985. Still Live. ECM. 1986. Changeless. ECM. 1987. Standards in Norway. ECM. 1989. Tribute. ECM. 1989. The Cure. ECM. 1990. Bye Bye Blackbird. ECM. 1991. Keith Jarrett at the Blue Note. ECM. 1994. Tokyo. 96. ECM. 1996. Whisper Not. ECM. 1999. Inside Out. ECM. 2000. Always Let Me Go. ECM. 2001. The Out of Towners. ECM. 2001. Up For It. Live in One Les Pins. July 2002. ECM. 2002. My Foolish Heart. ECM. 2001. Yesterdays. ECM. 2009. Somewhere. ECM. 2013. With Hank Jones Great Jazz Trio. Speak Low. 2005. With Steve Kahn. Got My Mental. 1996. With Eric Kloss. Sky Shadows. Prestige. 1968. To Hear Is to See. Prestige. 1969. Consciousness. Prestige. 1970. With Eero Koivistoinen. Picture in Three Colors. 1983. Altered Things. 1992. With Lee Konitz. Piecemeal. Milestone. 1969. Satori. Milestone. 1974. With Steve Kuhn. Trance. ECM. 1974. With Hubert Laws. The Rite of Spring. CTI. 1971. With Dave Lieberman. First Visit. Phillips. 1973. Trio Plus One. 1988. With Charles Lloyd. Dreamweaver. 1966. Forest Flower. 1966. Charles Lloyd in Europe. 1966. The Flowering. 1966. Love In. 1967. Journey Within. 1967. Charles Lloyd in the Soviet Union. 1967. Soundtrack. 1968. With Joe Lovano. Universal Language. Blue Note. 1992. With Harold Mabon. Straight Street. 1989. Lookin' on the Bright Side. DIW. 1993. The Leading Man. 1993. With Rudresh Mahanthappa and Bunky Green. Apex. 2010. With Michael Mantala. The Hapless Child and Other Inscrutable Stories. 1976. With Lyle Mays. Fictionary. 1992. With John McLaughlin. Electric Guitarist. 1979. With Jackie McLean. Jackknife. 1966. Demons Dance. 1967. With Pat Metheny. 80/81. 1980. Song X. 1986. With Ornette Coleman. With Cal Manola. Always. 2006. With Gary Peacock. Tales of Another, ECM, 1977. Voice from the Past, Paradigm, ECM, 1981. With Chris Potter, Unspoken, 1997. With Terry Roiger, Mysterioso, 1998. With Sonny Rollins, Next Album, 1972. Real Life, 1982. Falling in Love with Jazz, 1989. Here's to the People, 1991. Old Flames, 1993. Sonny Rollins +3, 1996. This Is What I Do, 2000. With Turgi Reipdal, Miroslavitas, Jack DeJohnette, ECM, 1978. To Be Continued, ECM, 1981. With John Scofield, Time on My Hands, 1989. With Don Sebesky, Giant Box, CTI, 1973. With Wayne Shorter, Supernova, 1969. Tribute to John Coltrane, Live Under the Sky, 1987. With Wadada Leo Smith, Golden Quartet, Zadig, 2000. The Year of the Elephant, Pi, 2002. America, Zadig, 2009. With John Sermon, The Amazing Adventures of Simon Simon, ECM, 1981. Invisible Nature, ECM, 1999. Free and Equal, ECM, 2001. Brewster's Rooster, ECM, 2008. With Steve Swallow, Real Book, Extra What, 1993. With Gabor Szabo, Mazrib, CTI, 1972. With Saxy Generation, 8 Trios for 4 Pianists, 2005. With Gary Thomas, Exiles Gate, JMT, 1993. With Bobby Timmons, Do You Know the Way, 1968. With Ralph Towner, Batik, ECM, 1978. With Stanley Turrentine, Have You Ever Seen the Rain, 1975. With McCoy Tyner, Super Trios, 1977. Together, 1979. 13th House, 1982. With Miroslav Vitis, Infinite Search, 1969. Magical Shepherd, 1976. Universal Syncopations, 2003. With Colin Walcott, Cloud Dance, ECM, 1976. With Benny Wallace, Twilight Time, 1985. With Cedar Walton, Spectrum, Prestige, 1968. The All-American Trio, Bay State, 1983. With Ron Carter. With Peter Warren, Solidarity, 1981. With Sadao Watanabe, Round Trip, 1974. With Ernie Watts, Unity, JVC, 1996. With Kenny Werner, A Delicate Balance, 1997. With Jack Wilkins, Merge, 1977. Reunion, 2001. With Kenny Wheeler, New High, 1975. Dear One, 1977. Double W, 1983. With the World Saxophone Quartet, Selim Savard, A Tribute to Miles Davis, 1998. With Joe Zawi Newell, Atlantic, 1971.